It's Champions League night. Big game today. Big game today. Barcelona versus Chelsea Football Club. Big game. Before any further ado, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, you know, turn on your notifications, all that good stuff. So, Chelsea Barcelona today. What can we expect? First of all, let me do like a little preamble, right? Let me build a foundation up for you guys that are lovers of football, right? That watch my content and stuff. You would know that this game, this Chelsea and Barcelona, when it comes to these two European teams from different countries, Chelsea and Barcelona, they've always had some kind of rivalry. When it comes to Premier League teams and another team from another country, or in particular Spain, that this Chelsea and Barcelona rivalry has been going on for years and for decades. It's always, anytime they meet up, it's always like two elephants fighting in the forest. Like trees must fall. Big game. I remember the you know the when Barcelona were at their pinnacle with Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets, and Lionel Messi, Puyol, all these guys at the height of that Barcelona team against like that the pinnacle of that Chelsea team with Didier Drogba, Frank Lampard, John Terry, John Obi Mikel, Peter Cech. Do you understand? Like Gudjonsen, when the rivalry was hot, 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 hot. And when you look at it, like these teams, they knock out each other. Like, and I remember the time when the aggregate rule was still in play here. There were some Champions League games that Barcelona would win on aggregate, some that Chelsea would win on aggregate. Do you understand? And there's, when it comes to these teams, both of these teams, there has been world class moments and obviously also despicable moments in this rivalry. An example of a despicable moment we all know is the Champions League semi-final between Barcelona Chelsea, the one where Chelsea were robbed. They were clearly robbed. They had, like, they were supposed to be given at least like two three pens in that game, but they were robbed. And Iniesta went on to score like a last minute goal to qualify Barcelona to the finals against Manchester United. Michael Essien scored for Chelsea in that second leg. So there have been despicable moments where in this fixture, and there's been also world class moments in this fixture. For example, the Ronaldinho goal. You remember if you guys remember just go on your YouTube and check it, man. The Ronaldinho goal against uh, Chelsea. So there have been world class moments and despicable moments in this tie. Do you understand? And I just want to go. So I want to do a deep dive from the first time Chelsea and Barcelona met each other till this very moment, right? So let's just do a quick um what's the word? A quick history on this tie between Barcelona and Chelsea. So the first time they met was in 1999, right? From what I see here, was in 1999 stroke 2000. So it was the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Chelsea, so during the first leg, Chelsea beat Barcelona 3-1, and in the second leg, Barcelona beat Chelsea 5-1, and they went on to qualify 6-4. Barcelona went on to qualify, and the next time they met was in the round of 16, 2004 stroke 2005 Champions League. In the first leg, Barcelona won 2-1, and in the second leg, Chelsea won 4-2. Chelsea went on to qualify um, with the aggregate of 5-4. The next time they met was in the 2005 2006 Champions League round of 16. Barcelona won that game 2-1, won the first game 2-1, and in the second leg, um, they drew 1-1. And Barcelona went on to qualify 3-2. They went on to qualify to win the game 3-2, and they qualified. Then they met again match day 3. Chelsea won that game in Group A 1-0. In 2006, 2007, Group A, match day 4, Barcelona Chelsea. The game ended in a 2-2 draw. In 2008, 2009, semi-finals of the Champions League, first leg, Barcelona and Chelsea ended in a draw, in a nil-nil draw. And in the second leg, they ended in a 1-1 draw as well. Um, the next time they met was in 2011, 2012. First leg, Chelsea won 1-0. Second leg, it was a draw 2-2. And aggregates, Chelsea won the game 3-2. They went on to qualify. The next time they met was in 2017, 2018. First leg, round of 16 as well. First leg, they drew 1-1. And second leg, Barcelona beat Chelsea 3-0. And Barcelona went on to qualify with the aggregate win of 4-1. And the next time they're meeting is today, 2025, tonight, and it's going to be a very interesting game. It's going to be end to end. And I know for most people, they think that Barcelona is just going to come and crush Chelsea. They're going to come and step on Chelsea's head. But remember that Chelsea are playing at home. They'll be playing the game at in Stamford Bridge, which is a fortress for Chelsea. And as much as when you look at the players head to head, you might think that Barcelona, head to head, they are probably better than Chelsea. But I don't think it's going to be an easy game. We all remember what Chelsea did to PSG, the big bad PSG. Do you understand? Everybody were saying that PSG were going to destroy Chelsea. They were going to do this to Chelsea and do that to Chelsea and do. Chelsea buried them and taught them a lesson. Do you understand? So, and I'm sure for this game, Maresca has something up his sleeve. Maresca has something up his sleeve. Don't downplay Chelsea. I'm not a Chelsea fan or anything, but they're just one club that you shouldn't downplay. For some reason, when it matters, they always find a way to win. And interestingly enough, Cole Palmer wouldn't be playing this game. He wouldn't be playing this game. He's not fit to play the game. And Pedri as well for Barcelona wouldn't be fit to play this game. So these are both world-class players, and they both cancel each other out. Pedri wouldn't be playing. Cole Palmer wouldn't be playing. Now, would Rafinha be playing? I don't know, but I think he's back. I think he's back in training. He might be play. He might start. He might come in as a substitute. I don't know, but one thing I know is that Barcelona still have Rashford. So it's going to be a very interesting game. Both of them, both teams are both in second place of their respective home leagues. Chelsea is currently sitting in second place in the Premier League, and Barcelona is currently sitting in second place in the La Liga. So it's basically two second place teams, good teams that are meeting each other. A team with history. Both these teams don't like each other. It's always a spectacle when they meet each other, and so that is one of the reasons why it's going to be a tough game. And also the way they are going to set up, they set up the same. They both use a back four. They both use the same formation, 4-2-3-1. And it's going to be an end-to-end game. There are certain matchups I would like to see today. I want to see that Yamal versus Cucurella. I want to see how Yamal is going to match up against Cucurella, because yes, Yamal is fantastic and he is this and he's that. But one thing I've seen is that when he meets like a world class Whenever he meets a world class left back, this guy really can't. Sometimes, most times, he can't do anything. He can't do anything. Whenever he meets a world class left back, this guy is always out of the picture. Always out of the picture. You know, against Mendes, Mendes buried him. Against Carrares for Madrid, he buried him. And someone like Cucurella, he's one of the best left backs in the world at the moment, and that's a fact. This guy is a beast. This guy will be all over you like how fleas are on dogs. This Cucurella, he's aggressive, he's quick, he can go forward, he can come back, he can even drop, he can even pivot into midfield. Like, that guy is something else. So I would like to see that matchup between Yamal and Cucurella. Anytime Yamal faces someone that's really, really aggressive, I haven't really seen him, you know, come out on top. That's just my opinion. So that's one matchup I really like to see. And I would like to see who is going to dominate the midfield. I think the midfield would be very instrumental in who is going to win this game. And Chelsea have a strong midfield, especially with the addition of Caicedo. Caicedo is one of the best DMs in the world at the moment. Like, the guy is solid as rock. He's incredible. Like, when the guy is on his A game, the guy is really on his A game. So I would really like to see that matchup. That matchup of Caicedo, Enzo, and who else? Who else do I think Chelsea is going to play in that midfield? Yeah, Caicedo, Enzo, and probably Joao Pedro. They're probably going to put Joao Pedro that 10. In my opinion, I think he's going to play above, just ahead of what's his name, Enzo and Caicedo. In my opinion, and that's what I think. That's what I think. And my predicted Chelsea formation for this game will be Sanchez in goal, Rhys James, playing that right back, Chaloba, Fofana, and Cucurella. That'll be the back four. Then the three in midfield will be Caicedo, Fernandez, and Pedro, in my opinion. And the wingers for me will be Garnacho and Estaval, and the striker will be Delap. That is my predicted. That is my prediction. My Chelsea prediction. That is my Chelsea prediction. And I think with this team, they can really do damage to Barcelona. Chelsea is not, and I think what will help them is the wing, because Chelsea they have fast wingers, right? They have fast wingers in Garnacho and Estaval, guys that are tricky. Guys that are very tricky. The only thing is that they better they better take their chances. They better take their chances, because sometimes, as much as Garnacho can be very good going forward, he can be wasteful. He can be wasteful, in my opinion. Can be very wasteful, in my opinion. And I think this game will be a game of slim margins, right? It is who takes their chances that would win this game, in my opinion. Who takes their chances will win this game. Um, and so for my predicted, um, I'm just checking something. Just pardon me. So my predicted 11 for Barcelona would be in goal. Will be Chesney. The back four will be Balde, Kubasi, Gerard Martin, and Jules Koundé, in my opinion. And in midfield will be Frankie De Jong, who will probably be their captain. will probably be their captain. Frankie De Jong, Pedri is injured. So it will be, in my opinion, Frankie De Jong, Danny Olmo, and hmm, Frankie De Jong, Olmo, and hmm, Frankie De Jong, Olmo, and probably Femi Lopez. Femi Lopez, and the wingers would be Rashford. That's if Rafinha doesn't start. It's going to be Rashford, Yamal, and Lewandowski, in my opinion. I think that was even a 4-3-3 that I was thinking 4-2-3-1, but in case they play 4-3-3, that is what I think. I think it would be in midfield, Dani Olmo, Frankie De Jong, and Femi Lopez. Then that front three, standard front three, Lewandowski, Yamal, and Rashford. So it's going to be it is going to be a very tough game. Going forward, Barcelona are more potent going forward. They are better than Chelsea, way better than Chelsea going forward. These guys are very dangerous. Lewandowski is very dangerous. And one problem that both teams have had this season is in defense. But I still think that Barcelona is stronger than Chelsea defensively. They are stronger than Chelsea defensively. That is one play. That is the thing. They're stronger. That they concede less. I would say this season they've conceded less than Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're better than Chelsea defensively. Chelsea are very mistake prone. They're very, very mistake prone. But if Chelsea are going to have like a Fofana and Chaluba as starting, I think that is going to be strong with a Fofana, Chaluba, uh, Cucurella, and what's his name, and their captain. What's your how's the name skipping my head? But you guys know who I'm talking about. I think that would be around Rhys James. That would be a very strong back line. Now, Chelsea might decide to go with Gusto in right back. They might decide to go with Gusto in right back and play uh, Rhys James and Fofana as centre backs and Cucurella at the other as the other wing back. That is also going to be strong. That is also going to be strong. So I don't think Chelsea would really struggle. I think they have a decent enough option to be stable at the back. As Sanchez has been doing all right this season, he hasn't been as bad as he was last season. So they are good. And midfield wise, I'm just is the midfield that I think it's balanced, or Chelsea maybe slightly has an edge. So I think it's like they have an edge with maybe Caicedo sitting, and disrupting play. As Caicedo will have to do a lot of running today. He will have to do a lot of running today. But going forward, I think Barcelona edges it going forward with Rashford, the return of Lewandowski and Yamal. I think those guys this season, obviously Lewandowski has been injured, but he just came back and performed well against Athletic Bilbao. So it's going to those going forward. Barcelona edges it by far to Chelsea. They have Rashford, they have Rafinha. These guys are proven goal scorers. Lewandowski, Yamal can score, Yamal can pass. So they edge Chelsea going forward. Chelsea have obviously they have Pedro. They have Pedro Neto. They have Joao Pedro. They have Ganacho, Estaval, um, and guys like this going forward. But these guys haven't really been incredible going forward. They haven't been incredible. They haven't Jamie Gittins, uh, or whatever his name is, Gittins. These guys have just been decent. Even Estaval himself has been decent. It's not like these guys have moved mountains this season, but even with that, these guys can still score. They can still score if given the chance. They can still score. So I know a lot of people think that Barcelona is going to come and bury Chelsea and mold Chelsea, and it's going to be like a significant loss for Chelsea or something like that. But I'm here to say I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Chelsea, they're not a team to just lay down there and take an ass whooping. They're not that type of team. They're going to fight back. And with how technically astute Enzo Maresca is, I won't be shocked if this guy pulls something incredible from somewhere, you know. And Chelsea, they thrive in games like this, matches that when you don't think they have a chance, then they come and just dominate. So it's going to be an interesting game, all in all. What is my score prediction for this game? I think this game is going to end 3-1. I think this game is going to end 3-1. In my opinion, I think Chelsea is going to win 3-1. That's my score prediction. I'm not a Chelsea fan. I don't really care about Chelsea, but I think they're going to win this game 3-1. That is my score prediction. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but that is just my score prediction. So, you know, hopefully I'm bothered enough to do a post match reaction. But yeah, until then, watch the game, enjoy it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your score predictions are. Leave your score predictions in the comment section below. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, thanks for watching, guys.